Hunter saves it. Hunter Hughes is coming around. Here comes Colton Garner. It's Hunter Hughes!
Turn 4 for the final time. Who's got more ponies? Checkered flag out. Bluegrass 150 goes to Ian Miller.
And welcome back to the Daily Driven Podcast, guys. As always, I'm your host, Nick Zammit.
Good, get the name out there. It's like, hey, Joseph Newgarden, you're the guy with the sperm commercial. Yeah.
And just like that, we are over halfway home in season number 6 of the Indy Racing World Series right here on Stadium Scene TV. Second half coming up right here, and we get things started as we head on from the Lone Star State into the Lou, technically in Madison, Wisconsin, but just here on the other side with the St. Louis Arch still in sight as we get set for the Gateway 150 here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Here's how they'll line up here for 120 laps of short track action. Matthew Faust on pole, yet again your championship points leader alongside your championship runner-up, Hunter Hughes. Further back, Erik Richardson with a second half season phenomenal effort. He'll roll off inside third alongside DJ Fluck to make it an all FR Racing Row 2. Lucas Puntarelli still looking for that first win of season 6, comes off P5. He'll be alongside Eddie Martinez in 6th. Derek Booker and Bill Mulfield rounding out your field. Jackson Lambros with you here in the Stadium Scene TV global broadcast booth. Very happy to have you with us for another Tuesday night of IRWS action. As championship, as we mentioned, continues to get spicy. It's been Matthew Faust out in front. He starts on pole here in the MyJack machine. But you look just outside, and Hunter Hughes has had a phenomenal opening half, despite being tardy for one of those races. Couple of guys missing here. Lucas Puntarelli obviously being in here. And further back in the championship, trying to work his way into contention, Tyler Lugo Vickery sidelined with mechanical issues. And a couple of part-time guys, Jackson Milan. Nowhere to be seen. John Miles not in the picture either, despite being third in this championship after race 5. It is a whole new ball game halfway in. Let's get to it. Green flag at Gateway. And Hunter Hughes putting the pressure early on your leader, Matt Faust, as we work our way out of turn number 4 for the first time. A little bit of a peek to the inside, already going middle to defend, Faust is. And a peek to the outside from Hughes. As we've got a new livery here for Erik Richardson, didn't even mention that on the cross-buddy card. Some fresh paint for the second half of season 6. Two championship contenders going at it. Faust goes wide. Hughes with a peek to the inside. He has the pace. Does he have the space on the inside to take it on lap 2? He has the nose in front, and he's fully clear. Hughes to the point, lap number 3. Faust wasting no time, though, to make this a battle as they are already going side by side. Further back, and now it's Faust on the low line. On the side pod here of Matthew Faust as Hughes goes a little bit wide. Gotta be so careful with the curving on the inside. That can pivot you around in an instant. Make no mistake about it. Look to the inside again from Matthew Faust. As further back, Erik Booker starts to light the burners in the Mach 5 machine. And these two battling. Both first and second up. And here comes Erik Richardson looking for his first podium of the season. With the purple lap that time by, the pace is there in the 13. Already one car a lap down the field, I believe. I think issues, there he is in the 911. Something is wrong with that car. He's already 4 laps down. He checks up Eddie Martinez, and with Hughes in the wall, we've got a big issue. Martinez gets collected by a spinning Faust. And just like that, caution's out for the first time today, and that is significant damage to Hunter Hughes. Trying to get a better look here. I was about to sing the praises of the choreography of these two running side by side for almost double-digit laps. We'll see what the incident was. Hughes with another push to the inside. That's how he took the lead from him in the first place. Tags the outside of Faust. Erik Richardson gets collected, gets a broken nose and front right corner damage. And just like that, that is half of the field already wiped out. And you can see the issues here Matthew Faust is having with the 45 as he has to sidestep it into the pit box. Erik Richardson was able to stay out for one more lap. He's got to limp that 13 machine in as well. And just like that, Erik Booker in the Mach 5 will be pushed straight to the point. Phil Mulfield, your lucky dog, gonna get a free lap. And it looks like everybody is gonna come in aside from that, whether it's scheduled or not. Some big damage, obviously, for your initial top 3 there. Hughes, Faust, and Hunter Hughes. Very quick work done there for Erik Richardson, as that was just one of the corners. Or it might have been just front nose damage that we didn't fully see there. That is also very possible. Again, since Booker was the only one to really stay out, and Mulfield was a handful of laps down, that means Matthew Faust will once again roll off in second, but Erik Booker going to have the lead. What is the word on Hughes and Faust? Or, excuse me, Faust and Martinez. We didn't even talk about Edward Martinez. He, too, got collected as a result of that. To be in good condition. He's already coming out of the pit lane. The this is another big moment for Hunter Hughes, who is a whole 40 points behind Matthew Faust right now. And trying to claim that championship once again. So that puts Martinez a lap down. He's trying to figure out where he is in this mix. He'll stay down low. And rejoin the field. But Lucas Puntarelli, who has also not had the start to his 6th season that he would have wanted, is about to get a phenomenal opportunity to put the pressure on here. From third, can be fighting off Erik Richardson further back. As the pace car comes in, Hunter Hughes back out. He's in 7th, but 2 laps down. Are we going to see the same level of chaos as we did earlier? Back to it. We're 10 laps in here from Gateway. Erik Richardson and company already trying to make work here around the outside. Hughes tries to clear Martinez in turn number 3. Martinez, a little bit of a check up there. That's a code brown for Hughes, who's trying to negotiate this with very little drama. DJ Fluck out in front, not helping either, as he's doing a little bit of dirty air. There might have been a little bit of contact actually between the two of them. Laps down, Molefield down by 4 laps down. It's Booker at the point. We will get bonus points now for leading laps. But already, Matthew Faust starting to put that pressure on the Mach 5 once again. Might have been used to him at the start of the season running the iconic Miller High Life car. Didn't talk to him about why we had the change of looks here. He starts to play the waiting game, and you can already see further back the gap between your top two. And Puntarelli just coming into view here. Wide there for Booker. You can hear that thud as he got into the outside at turn number 4. That might be corner damage. That checked up speed big time for the Mach 5. He's got to defend massively going to the middle of the track. Trying to make him go the long way further back. Lucas Puntarelli starting to do the same right now, fending off from Erik Richardson. Here comes Faust to the inside. Feels like everywhere we've gone so far this season, and this is not too much of a shocker, the high line has been so difficult to make work. And Gateway is no exception, the very definition of a paperclip track. And we talked about the issues of running a little bit too low there, because car can get really frustrated at you if you start running that curbing on the inside. laps in to the Gateway 150, and you can see the speed difference here at the bottom of your screen. Watch Faust's on the right, how much more speed he has. Already up 5 miles an hour. He uses that, goes to the inside. And Terry left the door open, and Faust will take the point. Not done yet though. Booker going down low. Does he have the momentum to get to the point? How brave will he be to try and hold on to this lead? It's still early in the night, and he knows it. He backs out of it. Faust back to clean air. Oh, big moment again there. Now it was Faust who carried that momentum and had a really big lick on the outside wall. And now both of your two had really big moments in the outside wall. Not just a lick. We've seen sparks flying from those OZ Racing rims. We'll have to see how bad that damage is in the long run and how that's affecting the tire wear. Tell you what, Lucas Puntarelli is not far behind either. He's been fending off massively from Erik Richardson. That's lit a fire under the 85. And is within a second now. Everybody serpentining down to the inside of the racetrack for a multitude of reasons. One, you can see how Lucas is kind of holding the car right now. The wheel is not entirely straight. You don't hold it straight for the car to drive it straight. That's a little bit more extreme with the Supers. But you want to carry that momentum of the alignment of the car and not scrub off tires, scrub off speed, so let the car kind of naturally go through the middle of the racetrack and carry speed. Again, you also don't want to give someone an opening to the inside. You want to break that draft and cover low. It's kind of everybody sacrificing optimal lap time here. Lucas clearly preferring the later apex there. You can see him not get down to the curbings up until the end of that curve to try and launch out of the exits. trying to do so. Hunter Hughes in the Twitch TV 18 is slowly but surely closing that gap. And it's caught up to the top 3. Not the fastest man on track right now, but very, very close to the speeds that Matthew Faust is putting up right now. He's using that to reel into Richardson. Starting to run away with it, 2.5 second gap. 35 laps in, but Punterelli starting to put that radar lock on Devin Booker. 2 guys really trying to gain ground in this championship. We also go to mention that Matthew Faust, on top of doing all 5 starts, is the only driver so far to have completed all 500 laps this season. Erik Richardson is second, doing 498. So to be fast is one thing, to be clean is another. The championship that Alex Palou just drove in the real world. You're seeing that kind of craftsmanship in the virtual world right now from Mr. Faust. Edward Martinez in for service in the 769 machine. That would appear to be scheduled. From Terre Haute, Indiana, continuing to lead the rest of this pack right now. Nobody able to really make a move just yet. And we're getting news right now that Hunter Hughes has come in and parked it. The battery's disconnected. Either intentionally or not. We'll have to wait and see. That is heartbreak for the man who was some 40 points back. There's been some phenomenal drives from the remainder of this field. Do not get it twisted at all. Tyler Nico Vickery with a great win. John Miles able to get it done. But no one has had the consistency that the 85 has had so far this season. He's still out in front, or excuse me, Faust still out in front. As we reach the 1/3 point here from Gateway, we will step away briefly, but leave you guys with the sights and sounds of IndyCar action here at Gateway. Stay with us. IndyCar season just coming to a close here, but the silly season is very much alive and well, with Will Power stepping away from Team Penske, Rinus VeeKay parting ways with Dale Coyne, rumors of eventually making that move over to Formula 2, and tell you what, it's going to be a good show hearing this weekend's edition of FR Racing's Garage Talk, when Erik Richardson and DJ Fluck walk you through the entire circuit of motor racing and break down their opinions. That's Saturdays on Stadium, Scene, and TV, and one of their stars, Erik Richardson, is making a big look to the inside right now of Derek Booker, trying to take P3. They're side by side across the line here to complete lap 51, and Richardson choosing to back out of it. Been a slow chip from Richardson right now, trying to get to the 85 of Lucas. And those two battling each other is good. Derek Booker looking a chance right now. He's on an archipelago for the time being. The vast majority of this race, we have stayed clean and green. Now the inside, trying to overtake, as it looks like Derek Booker comes in from second, electing for an earlier pit stop. This was about the time we were expecting everybody to come in. What's the move now? Booker will be followed by Richardson as he takes a look way down. And comes in for his stop. One for Bill Millfield, who might have had some kind of mechanical or wheel problems coming out of the start of this race. Was 4 laps down by the time we has lost another lap in the process, but he's clearly at full pace in the 911 car. We'll pass along any info we've got for you. But Edward Martinez, for sure, one of the biggest losers, had some poor timing and was just an incident earlier on. Involved with the incident between Faust and Hughes, is 8 laps down now as a result. Richardson coming out behind DJ Fluck, teammate, albeit 1 lap down. That really spreads out the top 5 because Puntarelli still has not pitted, and Matthew Faust is still gaining. Still plenty of racing to come, though, here in Season 6. As after Gateway, we head on to Portland, Vegas, Iowa, and Indy. And Portland, you're going to want to watch out for our second and final road course of the year, after we take a 1-week bye week following tonight. I'm being told that Grand Prix of Portland will indeed be the first wet race in Indy Racing World Series history, something that a lot of these guys are not used to, with a lot of these drivers coming more from the stock car side of things, not so much the open wheel or sports car side of things. That's going to be something very, very new for a lot of these drivers. Race leader Matthew Faust in the pits for his lone stop of the day on lap 61. And Punterelli will do the same alongside DJ Fluke. One lap later. 9.4 in the box for Puntarelli. What's it going to be for Lucas? This has to be a lightning fast pit stop for the 85 crew. Has to work all the way in to get to his box. As he comes in. Took a lap down, leaving just in front. A little bit slower. And Richardson just putting the fastest lap. You can see him fly by in the 13. He'll take that spot from Lucas. Weaving up and down, trying to get into those Firestone Firehawks. A little bit of a smoke on the road. Looks like there could have been some drama further up for Eddie Martinez. The Booker getting some new life here. As he'll try to close this gap to Matthew Faust once again. Erik Richardson, though, big winner in this pit cycle. As he has successfully busted Punterelli. Now a whole 3.5 seconds back for that bottom spot of the podium. Run for Erik Richardson here. The iconic red rims have not changed for him in the 13 as he looks to once again increase his gap. Derek Booker for the most top fives. Flag at the start of season 6. Did a milestone 50. The first driver in IRWS history to do so. Derek Booker is 9 races behind. Now just up the road at 45. Tell you what, looking at that gap right now, Derek Booker is closing that gap to Matthew Faust. Came out, that being a second, larger at 3.5. It might be this lap traffic that's been helping him out. He's majorly off pace. Haven't gone green long enough in these short track races. The lap traffic to really be a factor. But it is slowly but surely just giving Booker a chance in closing that gap. You look at Erik Richardson. He's now within a second of the guy in front. And this is accordion the entire top 3 back together. This is exactly what we were hoping. This style of short track racing by inside, trying to put a lap down over Martinez. He'll go low, and Booker will have to go along the outside. Go the long way to get the move done. Martinez out of throttle. Now Richardson in it. Another little bit of a lick there for Eddie. He's not trying to be too dramatic here. Letting these guys through. Richardson is very offline though. Coming out of 3, that will lose him a good chunk of time. It is starting to get spicy here in the second half of this race. On the wing of the Mach 5, Derek Booker. Pace has started to come back to Faust in the 89. That was as low as a second. And it's spread back out to 2.1 now. Looked like a misshift there, accidentally shifted up at the very end of the straightaway. Half a second now, the gap between Richardson and Booker. Both of these guys back up to 2.2 seconds. Only 4 cars now on the lead lap. Lucas Puntarelli being the last of them, 9 laps off the pace from your podium finishers, or podium runners, I should say, excuse me. DJ Fluck and Bill Molefield losing it on pace. Martinez involved in that opening incident. It is going to sound crazy when I say this. Iowa ends up getting the fate that a lot of people assume it will on the schedule when that releases. Worldwide Technology Raceway, or Gateway, is going to be the longest lasting track on the IndyCar schedule. Longest lasting oval, aside from the obvious, on the schedule. First open as a drag strip in 1967, then a road course, funnily enough, in 85. The track we kind of know it as today. First opened in 1995. Formerly had a plethora of names: St. Louis International Raceway, obviously Gateway International Raceway, and Gateway Motorsports Park. But now with worldwide technology, buying the outing rights, we have called it that. As we've got a caution. That looked to be maybe more drama for Martinez. If we can get the replay here, Martinez coming out of the pits for his second stop of the day. Too much right foot and a tank slapper into the outside of turn number 2. Nearly collects Bill Molefield as a result. And that is unfortunately a bad day gone worse. And this is going to drag everybody in as a result. Moment to strike here, as everybody except DJ Fluck coming in for fuel and fresh tires. Biggest stop of the night for Matt Faust. A little bit slow on the jack there. Will anybody be able to attack? Booker is very close. Coming out of the box, it'll be a drag race to the line, but a quick 8.1 second stop will keep him just 0.2 quicker from Derek Booker. And that will promote Booker, or keep Booker in that P2 spot. We'll drag him in just a moment here for our pit boss in race report. Derek, it's Jackson in the Stadium Scene broadcast booth. You got me? I'll keep this one quick for you. Been fun watching you battle right now up front. What feels like is vital for you to get this done right now and bring the fight to Matthew? Still trying to figure turns 1 and 2 out. Interesting. What? Do the Colin McRae out? I love it. All right, lights coming off on the safety car. We'll let you get back to work. Best of luck to you, Derek. Derek Booker in the Mach 5, as I'm now realizing OBS did not want you guys to hear in on that conversation, but struggling in turns 1 and 2, and was thinking of doing the quote Colin McRae route of doing things. I'm hoping that doesn't mean using the chrome board. That would be the fault racing method, though. Faust, Booker, Richardson, Punterelli, Luke, back on the lead lap, given that opportunity once again. He's got Bill Mulfield in front of him. He'll need to pounce early. Booker gonna need to do the same to take the lead here. Back to green with less than 40 laps to go here from Gateway. There from Booker going down low. Now flicks it up high. Trying to give himself as wide of an arc as possible. Richardson bending off that bottom spot on the crates from Puntarelli, but he's right there in the Lucas Oil 85. A great exit coming out of turn number 2. Will he have an opportunity? Has the pace. Does he have the space? Richardson forces him high, and he gets out of throttle. But he's driven them both up. Now, Punterelli trying to do the over-under. Won't give up just yet. Gets the nose all the way to the inside. Still side by side coming out of turn number 2. Cross-buddy 13 of Erik Richardson is not giving up. He's still holding on to third. Back over to Faust. Booker right there with him. Now it's going wide, leaving that door open. Booker still unable to get that move done. Turns 1 and 2 is the struggle. It's where he might get that move. For the lead, he still has to back out. Punterelli just in the back of your picture there, trying to get the move on the inside of Richardson. And Richardson is still there. We've got 30 laps to go here from Gateway. going off the pace that things have been recently, it'll be another 10 or so laps before lap traffic enters into the fray. But looking at how difficult it is for guys to get moves done, it is very possible that is going to be a major part of it. Martinez has retired as well. That will leave 6 cars remaining here. Faust starting to kick in the afterburners and put a gap on Erik Booker. The same can't be said with these two. Best run of the day we've seen so far from the 85 of Punterelli into turn 1, but Richardson has the confidence, can carry the momentum out of turn number 2 and launch himself to hold on to third for the time being. Same strat we're seeing from both Richardson and Faust to defend right now for the time being. Not going fully to the apex, to the inside of the corner, but not running the high line either. Making that compromise of the shortest line while carrying the most speed possible and making that commitment issue for the other drivers. Richardson's far too high this time, and Puntarelli is going to have that nose in once again. Immediately gets back in line once he's clear. Shades of what we saw between Hughes and Faust earlier on. Will it end in the same level of heartbreak? Nose fully ahead. Can Richardson make it work around the outside? Look at Richardson! Papa's smoking. He got the 13 just into the wall. But he is still holding on the high line. This is maybe lap number 6 or 7 now we've seen these guys be side by side. Oh my god, the race update's still up. You didn't see that, chat. Puntarelli has to get back in line. And now tries again. Oh, you can see the wiggle on the inside there from the 85. That's what I was talking about with the curbing on the inside. The different levels of grip and the abrasiveness on the inside frustrates the car so much. You gotta be so careful. This is not a road course, and this is not a road course car. It is not happy when it does that. Faust honest, not quite in striking distance just yet, but he is close. As we watch this battle, watch that gap from Puntarelli on the left-hand side of your screen. 2.9 now is their pace in the 85 to get to P2. And it's become a 3-car fight. Gateway still holding a plethora of various racing series. Most recently welcoming the NASCAR Cup Series for the Enjoy Illinois 300. NASCAR Xfinity Series made its return after a 15-year absence. And initially from 1997 to 2010. Most recently, most notably, I think the longest tenured would be the NHRA, the Midwest Nationals, calling it home from 97 to 2010 and then 2012 to present. But IndyCar, with the Bommarito Automotive Group 500. First quick stint from 01 to 03 with the IRL. IndyCar came back to a sold-out St. Louis crowd in 2017, where we always do the four-wide salute to veterans and those emergency responders, and of course the wall of fire. Because what's better than race cars and explosions? Not race cars exploding, but race cars in front of explosions. You guys can let me know in chat. Getting down to 10 laps to go here. And Faust continuing to put that gap on Booker. Matthew Faust has had no plans of ending for the time being. Almost a whole second between Faust and Booker. Now you can see Puntarelli slowly entering the fray further back in the 85, but with 10 laps to go, we're going to need some monster laps real quick to see a change at the front of this field. Turn back the clock to last week. It wasn't until Hunter Hughes winning at TMS that we broke a chain of 4 unique race winners in the 4 first rounds of season 6. And we are very fast on our way to seeing another. Not put much of a foot wrong to get this season started. A runner-up finish after pole at Michigan. Major drama from the front row at Laguna Seca. He recovered to P4. His win in the challenging, surprisingly slick short oval at Phoenix. Pole at Milwaukee, but drama struck him. And then another runner-up at Texas. And when you look at the pace that Hunter Hughes potentially had coming into tonight, you really thought it could have been very much round 2 of what we saw in the Lone Star State. This will be heartbreak for Booker, who once again has been looking to find the right stuff and has been so close this season so many times. But we'll have to regroup and try again at Portland. For Puntarelli, it'll be his first since Laguna Seca. And tell you what, if he was there for that opening round in Michigan, he too would be far more in this championship fight than you might imagine. He's backed off significantly. He's got Erik Richardson once again now barking down in the gearbox. But he's running out of time, and the same thing we said about Derek Booker. 3 laps to go from Gateway. Can Erik Richardson get it done? Not quite in striking distance. Next on out, it will be the white flag next time by for Matthew Faust. About as close as you could get to the short oval suite. He had the pace at Milwaukee, but disaster struck him as well. That's the only reason this championship isn't a complete wrap at this point. But when this lap ends, it is going to be a massive standout in point standings from the remainder of the field. Out of 4 for the final time. He gets it in Phoenix, and the Gateway 150 belongs to Matthew Faust. Lucas Puntarelli able to break his own drought and fend off Erik Richardson for a P3 finish. With DJ Fluke staying on the lead lap to come home in 5th, and Bill Molefield coming to the line. Shortened grid here tonight in St. Louis. That's the man stop. Oh, no burnouts? Oh, come on. Disappointing. We'll step aside for just a second. Should have your podium here from St. Louis in just a couple moments. Stay with us. Back here live from Gateway with your podium here for the Gateway 150. Let's get started with your P3 finisher, Lucas Puntarelli in the 85 Lucas Oil Machine. Lucas, it was a tooth and nail battle there in the closing stanzas. Talk to me about what it was like there getting that move done on Erik.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Erik was really well on his tires, so he gave me a good run for my money. And towards the end there, I was more worried about the fuel rather than the tires. I was really coasting a lot and just playing around with my mappings, and I just see on my Delta Erik getting closer and closer, but looks like he was on the same issue. So luckily, just the laps ran out, and happy to bring it third. But I mean, congrats to Matthew though. He flew, but I'll be happy with P3.
Your first podium since Laguna Seca, and I think when you get attendance out of the picture, this has been a phenomenal season for you so far. We're halfway home We're back to another wet Portland next week. What's the thoughts going into that?
Ooh, I gotta say, I actually disagree with you about having a good season. I feel like there's been a lot of mistakes that happen, a lot of accidents that not my fault that I've been involved in, where I could have gotten a much better result over the weeks, but it is what it is. But Portland, I'm definitely looking forward to a road course where I'm very strong, so looking forward to that.
You'll be working for it again here in the Pacific Northwest in 2 weeks' time. Really great drive from you, Lucas. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks.
P2, Derek Booker in the Mach 5 machine, who was looking so strong all night long. Derek, we talked about it earlier. Turns 1 and 2 was kind of a struggle. You were looking like you were figuring it out there on the final restart, but walk me through what it was like there battling with Matt at the start of that last stanza.
Well, it was just dirty air caught me, and it's once you get into that dirty air, it's no bueno. So, but yeah, I kind of muffed up my qualifying laps, and I knew it was going to be difficult to get to the front, and I lucked out with that first yellow. But other than that, the car felt solid all night, and like I said, it was really just trying to figure out turns 1 and 2, because, a short oval that you actually brake at is foreign territory to me.
How much of a confidence booster is this going into the second half of the season? A very oval heavy. I mean, it's always oval heavy, but we're pretty much done with the complex, if you will. We go to the very drafting heavy tracks with Iowa, Vegas, and Indy. What's the vibe from the Mach 5 going into the final couple rounds here?
Well, I missed out on Milwaukee due to technical difficulties on my end, and it was just good to get back here behind the IR18. As far as going forward, Portland, I'm not the strongest on road courses. Anybody that knows me knows that. And if it's gonna be wet, like DJ's planning, it's just gonna be a game of survival. And as far as Vegas, that's another one with survival, with it being pack racing. Iowa, I feel kind of strongly about Iowa. I'm getting a little more confident with there, but Indy's the end game for me. It's like I could win nothing this season, but Indy, that's the race I want to win.
Look forward to seeing how you do there. Yep.
Still trying to be the first 3-time winner, so.
We'll see if he can get it done here in, gosh, what is it, 5-6 weeks at this point? Only one way to find out. Derek, really, really good drive from you today. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right, appreciate it. And I'm going to have to extend my congrats to Matt, because he put on an absolute masterclass of a drive.
Let's talk about it. Matt Faust let's start with this. We were so used to seeing you in the Miller Lite colors. I've never asked, why did we decide to do the livery change halfway into the season?
Yeah, that actually shouldn't be there. I think it's a custom number thing, so I got to change that. That being said, I probably shouldn't, because we've done pretty well with the new scheme. So, but yeah, either way, Miller Lite's still always going to be the car that I should have on there, but I'll have to switch that.
That's a Jackson Lambros problem then. Hey, so a phenomenal race to open up. We thought it was going to be a rewind of Texas a week ago with you dueling with Hunter. You get that incident out of your mind and you battle. How difficult was it leading this pack here for 120 laps?
It was definitely tough. I mean, during the early parts, I was able to pull away, which felt nice there. I was able to run 1 and 2 super well, and 3 and 4 felt good. And then as the race went on, 3 and 4, I kind of got scared if I was going to lose the rear end, and 1 and 2 felt more comfortable, which is not what I expected with the sun going down. But Derek there at the end, he was keeping up with me, and I was just, every 10th felt like an achievement to me if I could just inch away a little bit more. But he ran well. Appreciate him thanking me. He always runs me super clean, super hard there at the end. I feel like every time I get at the end of the race, it's Derek right behind me. So, yeah, nonetheless, fun race, and yeah, very happy.
Your first win of the season came at Phoenix. Had it not been for some incidents, you had some phenomenal pace at Milwaukee. You get it done again here for your second win of the season. What feels like mentally clicks with you to do so well on these short ovals?
Yeah, the short ovals, they were never my strong suit. As soon as last week, all my friends were like, "All right, photo finish, like you'll get them back next week." And I was really atrocious at Gateway, but it was actually one of the official races on iRacing last week for the IndyCar, so I was just running that track and trying to figure it out and racing against some good people with some high ratings. So learned a little bit there, and yeah, glad it paid off. And it was cooler temperatures for our session, so it made it even easier.
You came into this weekend with, I believe, a 40-point gap to the remainder of the fields here on championship points. It's been a mix of raw pace. It's been consistency, though. That's really helped you get to the front. What's the vibe here for the last 4 rounds of the season?
Yeah, like you just said, consistency. I feel like last year I was just trying to get that first win, and I finally did. But then by the end of the year, Ian Miller was just out there. And a lot of races that I threw away, and this year really only have one, which was Milwaukee. So, if I'm not going to win, just try and maximize the results, run all the laps, and put yourself, if I'm talking to you at the end of the night, everything's going okay.
That sounds like a plan. Your race winner, Matthew Faust, and your podium here from Gateway. Great drive from you. As always, Matthew, we'll see you in 2 weeks here from Portland. That will do it from us here at Gateway. Let's take a look at your championship standings, or excuse me, your final results from Gateway. And it was indeed Matthew Faust getting it done with a dominant gap over Derek Booker. Puntarelli rounding it out for his second podium of the year. ER13 getting it done in P4, not able to close that gap, but another top 5 as he works his way to a milestone 40 in the top 5. DJ Fluke in 5th, recovers from slow start to get to the lead lap. Bill Molefield last of the running cars to see the green flag. Eduardo Martinez and Hunter Hughes both retiring after a plethora of mechanical issues. That will do it for us, as again, this feels like a slower weekend for me. I'm off, slower week for me, excuse me. I'm off tomorrow. We've got no Wednesday night dash tomorrow, and there's nothing until Wednesday night dash next week. So I'm going to take some time. I'm going to get to spend Wednesday nights by myself, which feels a little bit weird. Maybe I'll do some iRacing just for the heck of it. But thank you guys so much for watching Stadium Scene TV, whether it's Wednesday Night Dash or IRWS. It's been a phenomenal time here up in the booth. We hope you guys watch it as much as we like getting it produced. But we'll step away and put a bookend in it tonight. For everyone at Stadium Scene TV, I'm Jackson Lambros saying thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time here from St. Louis.